Hi everyone, welcome to day 4 of the Creative Life Scrapbooking Holidays. I'm Martha Murray with Creative Life Scrapbooking, and day 4, this is the sketch that you will see, and we're going to create the tree here on the left side, show you how super simple it is. And if you're like me, you can never have enough different ways to create a Christmas tree or any tree for that matter. I love to add trees to my layout, of course, when appropriate. So let's get right to it and create this tree. The collection used is the Nordic Winter, which I love, but we need our paper for our tree, your color for your trim, and then your backing your backing rectangle, which we will mount the tree on. So here we go. We're gonna lay that to the side for the moment. And the first thing we need to do is cut our rectangle to start our tree. So we need 1 3/4 inch strip, 1 3/4 by 8 3/4. So pull out my handy dandy arm here. 8 3/4, 1 3/4 by 8 3/4. And these measurements are on the sketch. So if you didn't catch them here, don't worry, they are there. So next thing we want to do is take our strip here and just ever so lightly fold the top enough in half and just give it a little pinch right there so you know where your center point is on this long strip. And then we are going to take our trimmer. We want to lay the bottom right corner on the cut line and the top middle point that we just found on the cut line. So your paper is going to go in at an angle, bottom right on the cut line, top center, and just lay your paper in there and just kind of hold it all the way down. You're going to take this, and this you can discard. Then if you'll rotate it and take this point, which is the bottom, showing at the top, but it's the bottom, and then line back up at that center point. So now you have the opposite bottom corner and the center point lined up on your cut line. Lay this down. And when you have something narrow like this, you may want to start in the middle and go out and then come back and just gently go down and finish your cut. So if you're not at a perfect point, no problem. It's probably going to be squared off just a little bit. That is not a problem at all. So now you have your triangle tree shape, but we want to give it those segments. So we're going to rotate it to where it's horizontal. You're going to line your bottom up at 4 inches. Make a cut. Pull it down and line it up at 3 inches. And then make that cut. So we have our 3 segments for our tree. If you can see those here, our 3 segments. Now we want to make our trim, and you could very easily just cut a straight strip using this blade, but why not take advantage of all of these fabulous blades we have available for the decorative trimmer. Several that we have, and sometimes when you just need a little extra something on your layout, these can give it just that extra thing that you might need to jazz it up just a little bit. Cut a photo mat with them. It helps on the edge of a border, anything, but just pick one of those. This one I'm using right here is the stamping blade, and I believe on the layout that my version of the sketch that you see. This one is the scallop, but we are going to use the layout, the stamping blade. And we're just going to cut a little strip, 1/4 inch wide, stamping blade in, and see, it gives us this nice little decorative edge that makes it just a little extra special. Just remember, when you're done cutting, if you're going to cut anything else after this, to replace with your straight blade. And it is so easy to do that with this trimmer. The housing just pops open, and then you just pop in the blade and you're good to go. So we want to add our trim at the bottom. So we're just going to put some repositionable down this edge, because we're going to lay it, and then you want to just lay it just right on the bottom edge. If you can see that, it's just barely hanging below. And then take your scissors and just simply trim off the excess. Take your next piece. I already have repositionable on this, so I'm just going to lay it down here. Trim off my excess again. And then we just have this one last little tiny piece, but an important piece. And lay that there, just on the edge. And then simply trim off the excess. So we'll kind of lay those out to show you. For the trunk, you just need a little strip, 1/2 inch wide, maybe an inch or two. I mean, you really just need about an inch, because you're only going to show just the littlest amount at the bottom. So I'm going to put my trunk down first. And of course you want it centered left to right, and just a little off the bottom. And then we can lay our tree pieces. So let's give it about a 1/2 inch trunk reveal there. Keeping your pieces centered. And leave yourself just a little bit of gap. It's not even an 1/8 inch, maybe a 1/16 or something, just to show a little bit of the background in between. And then get your last piece on here. And there you go. You have your tree to add to your layout. So I hope you learned a little new trick today, and you can create Christmas trees for days. It's been a blast in 2023 for CLS and being able to create with you guys. So I am very excited to see you all in 2024. Some new and cool changes coming. So hope to see you in 2024. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.